as the foreclosure process goes through. Now, the foreclosure aftermath. Let's talk about what happens after foreclosure. Foreclosure drastically affects your credit score. Foreclosure stays on your credit for up to 7 years. It can affect your career. I have a client right now that is in the military. He has a government security clearance. He is fighting hard not to go to foreclosure. We're conducting a short sale. He's already gone through the loan modification process and has been turned down. Now, we're in the short sale process because he cannot afford to go through foreclosure because it can damage his government security clearance in the military. It could also damage your promotions. It could damage your standing in the community. It's also embarrassing. It can affect obtaining a mortgage in the future. Right now, the good news is if you are foreclosed upon, typically if you improve your credit, you can purchase again 3 years later after the foreclosure date. I have a client couple right now who understand that they made a huge mistake 3 years ago. They sold their home, purchased a huge 3,000 square foot home in Reno Valley, a house that they could afford the payment, but what they did was they did not include their taxes and insurance in their payment. They didn't have an impound account. So when they made their principal and interest payment, their taxes and insurance were not included. So twice a year, taxes were due. Taxes were, I think he said $9,000 a year. So approximately $4,500 tax bill every 6 months. And when I spoke to him 3 years ago, right around Christmas time, right before the taxes were due, he walked up to me and said, I got about $5,000 in taxes due December 10th, and I don't have the money to pay it. He went through foreclosure. But he understands that he made a mistake, and now he's ready in September to get back into the market, purchase another house, because he's improved his credit, he's kept his credit scores high, and he's waited a 3-year time period now. And the good news is, he can go back to that same neighborhood where he had that 3,000 square foot home, and instead of paying $650,000 for it, he's probably going to pay about $280,000, and his payments are going to be way lower with a better interest rate. So he's happy. But it can affect obtaining a mortgage for you in the future, and things snowball. I'm sure all of us know. One bad thing snowballs into a bigger bad thing, and sometimes into 2 or 3 bad things. And it could affect you for several years in getting a mortgage. And again, foreclosure, just because of the negative stigma of foreclosure, it should be avoided as much as possible. I believe foreclosure is the last thing after you've exhausted all avenues, after you've tried everything, after you've tried the refinance, after you've tried a loan modification, after you've tried a short sale. After that, if you still go into foreclosure, at least you have the satisfaction of knowing that you tried everything you could to keep your home from foreclosure. I will tell you, the last step you take before foreclosure is a short sale, after you've tried the loan modification. A short sale, again, is where you sell your home and the bank takes less money for what they're owed. But the good news about a short sale is your grass is green, you're still mowing it every week, you're still living in the property, everything's being taken care of, you come and go, there's a for sale sign put out in front of your house by a realtor, buyers come, buyers go, you tell your neighbors, I'm selling my home, I'm selling my home, I'm selling my home. You see the difference between a foreclosure and a short sale? In a short sale, you sell your home. In a foreclosure, they take your home. So, if you're about appearances, if you don't want the embarrassing orange sign posted on your window after the foreclosure, I suggest after you've exhausted your loan modification process, contact a realtor, and hopefully it'll be me because I'm presenting you with this information, and conduct a short sale. I believe personally it's the right and ethical thing to do. I personally believe foreclosure, unless you've tried everything, foreclosure should be avoided at all costs, and it's unethical to sit in your home and not try to save it from foreclosure. The worst thing you can do is nothing. And I'll tell you, believe you me, it will make you feel so much better if you try everything rather than sit there and fold your hands, wave your hands in the air and say, I give up.